Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Independent Era 2 heavy tank, the Cobra C.A.T. Now the Cobra C.A.T is the brother or sister to the Mobat, and statistically I think it's ever so slightly worse than the Mobat, but for me it just behaves so much better. Like the gun shouldn't behave as well as it does compared to the Mobat. If you put all the same crew and all the same equipment and stuff like that, the Mobat gun should be really good. And it has more velocity and all that sort of stuff, but it really misbehaves so badly for me. It always misses shells. It's just so frustrating to play. This tank, in comparison, is a complete dream as we go and miss the first shot naturally. Is the way it is. This tank, though, like I say, though, is the complete dream for me. It just slaps the shells in, and we have really fun times with it. I've really enjoyed playing this tank so far. Yeah, it's been a blast, and yeah, I just really like the Cobra C.A.T. It is what it is. It hits hard. It's really quick. It has good shell velocity. The gun accuracy, like I say, is pretty damn nice for me. And yeah, you can meme with it as well, because it is also a pretty heavy tank, just like the Mobat, so you can get some good ramming off. But it doesn't ram as good as a Mobat, so just bear that in mind. In terms of a crew on the Cobra C.A.T, I do run the same crew as an MBT-70, so I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Run and Gun, Dead Eye, Track Mechanic, Clutch Braking, and Controlled Impact. Now, I run the two aiming perks, let's say aiming perk, accuracy perks in Steady Aim and Run and Gun, to make that gun just that little bit nicer, so it's nicer to be able to hit those shots while you're on the move. It's also, I run Deadeye just for the memes, so you can do some crit damage with, because it does have pretty high module damage because of having, you know, such high alpha and such a big gun, because it is a 14cm gun, so it's a 140mm gun. And you got 610 average alpha, which is nice. I mean, 1745 shell velocity is great as well. Controlled impact, again, for that memeing ability of ramming, and clutch braking to help it turn on a sixpence. So yeah, the Cobra C.A.T, for me, has been a really fun tank to play. Like I say, it does hit hard. It gets about the battlefield really, really quick. You do have that meme element in being able to ram things. And the reload's not too bad for the alpha, to be honest. And the penetration at 415 on the standard round with the great shell velocity just makes it really enjoyable for me. So we're on this first replay, and this first replay is on Llame. And we have managed to get 6.4k damage so far. As you see, we get a shot into the Chieftain. I think the Chieftain just deployed smoke, which is perfect for me, because I managed to pull back into the smoke so that he couldn't see me anymore, and then get my reload in, pull back through, and finish him off. Unfortunately, the Sheridan came through with a big shell and shut down Lee with his ATGM. We end up low rolling, which makes it so that we can't finish off the Sheridan, which is really annoying, because I really wanted that guy to die. But fortunately enough, an FE4211 comes along and finishes him off. We tried to get a shot snapped into the M60A1, but we couldn't quite get the shot through the front of his turret, because that thing, we can go through his direct turret front and his cupola and all that sort of stuff. I was hoping to get the shot in, but it didn't quite work out. He is poking over this time, though, so we go for the shot, and unfortunately we hit the far side of his turret, so it ricochets off. We have to hit the centre of his turret right next to the gun to pen it. And it's like, please let me get it. There we go. For the two shots that were pretty damn well aimed and well aimed in, they end up going wide and hitting him, and the one shell on the move as we decide to move away, of course, naturally, with RNG, slams straight into that guy in his turret face and shuts him down. But now we've moved into a position to try and flank. We get a nice shot into the side of the Mobat's turret to shut him down. We've got an FE4211 just there, which we've got to be careful about, because them things are an absolute pain to pen, and we really do have to hit the right spot to penetrate him. Just keeping my eye on him to see if he's going to poke out while we moved forward. At the minute, we're on for a really good game. We're at 8k damage with 615 assistance. We're winning 8-4, so it's just about getting ourselves into a good position to get some shots. So I'll come up here to try and get some shots onto this 4-2-1-1 and Leopard. And here we go. We've got some great shots into this Leopard. We slap a shot into him for 589. I'm just hoping to Armour these Leopards, because Leopards do like to get Armour. But unfortunately, we're not quite doing it. And with Deadeye, obviously, we're also increasing our chances of damaging a module here. We get a nice shot into the side of the T-72 to try and help this FV out. And the T-72 is giving us its ass, and the shot goes wide, and only... Oh, RNG sometimes is a cruel mistress. Unfortunately, we didn't get to finish that guy off. I know that Arctic Hiss is over there. We look at this guy. We're like, hello, Mr. Arctic Hiss. Let me slap a shot in. Oh, no, we're not doing that, sir. That's not happening. And that rocket whizzes away. I knew he was looking to fire a rocket at me. I just wanted to chance the shot at him. But I knew as well that I could quite easily get away from his rocket by just ducking down. Unfortunately enough, we got away from it. We're now going to go for a shot into the side of this FV4211. We're going to go into a flank position. I was going to sit here to get shots into the back of him, but I thought, no, meme time. It's time to jump on this guy. Geronimo! Oh, we missed and lost all of our hit points, and oh no. And he shuts us down. We tried to meme. It didn't work. You've always got to go for the meme, but it is what it is. We finished with the victory, 4 kills, 10.5k damage, 917 assistance in the ace tanker. Shout out to that Arctic Hiss, by the way, because he ended up making that from a 1v7 down to a 1v3. And the only reason we won is because we had an FV4211 that he couldn't pen, and we ended up capping out. Or, no, I think he ended up exposing himself right at the end and got killed because he had to try and do something to stop the cap. But, yeah, it was pretty much just because we had an FV4211 that he just kept bouncing off repeatedly, non-stop. Is what it is, FV4211 power, right? So we're on the second game. We're on Desful. And on Desful, the middle of the map, for me, is such an important position. Now, it's quite a deadly place to go in Era 2. Whereas in Era 1, you don't have to worry about missiles. In Era 2, you have to worry about missiles. And... yeah, ACGMs can come out of nowhere and slap a lot of your hit points off. Especially if you go to this middle area, it can be the hunting ground of tanks like M60A2s with their ATGMs, or Sheridans get up there, and it's not very pleasant. So right here, we were looking for shots across the 1-2 line, because you can get shots of people as they try and cross, but no one was. Now we get a shot into the side of the BMP2, who's running and gunning at our light tank. He's actually coming back into a position where he can get a shot at. He crashes into one of the oil rigs, but unfortunately our shot misses. So, you know what? I've seen they've got a heavy tank and a light tank up here. There is the Tyran 6 and the WZ-1323, is that? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pop over here. Instead of going up on top, we're just going to go here and start shooting these guys that are in this area completely exposed to me. Because these guys are easy pens, easy shots for me in the Cobra C.A.T. We're just going to start popping shots. We end up hitting the Tyran 6, setting him on fire, and he burns for a decent amount. It's the reason I like running things like Dead. It could be just the placebo effect, to be perfectly honest with you. But I always think, if I run Deadeye on a big-ass gun like this, and I'm penning them with my APDS, or APFSDS, that this tank runs, and I've got pretty decent module damage, and I'm increasing the ability to damage modules by 6% with Deadeye, I'm more likely to set people on fire and stuff like that. That's why I run it on the MBT-70, because that thing is a fire starter. If you've seen the video that I did on it well, not recently, it was a little while ago now. The amount of fires you get with that thing in Era 3, and Deadeye, I feel like, could help us in that way. That's why I like running it, because you do get those meme fires. And now we are deciding that it's like, okay, Mr. WZ1323, I'm just here to bully. Hello, sir. Let me just get some shots in. We finished that guy off. And now it's the Tyran 6's turn. I've just decided it's time to turn it up. We've sat on the sidelines long enough. We get a big ram into the Tyran 6, and we shut him down. We're up to 5.2k damage. It's like, right, what's next? FV4211. Round the side. It's your next. Oh, no, hello, T92. And we give him a nice little tap as we're going round. And he loses loads of hit points. Matt and the RDFLT shuts him down with a nice little clip. We go in on this FV4211. Ralph's daddy is going in behind him with his clip because that's where he can pen it. We get a shot through the driver's hatch of the 4211. Because if you're shooting an FV4211, you want to aim for that little square bit on the upper plate, because that's where you can pen that tank quite reliably. If you have like 368 pen or something like that or more, but that's pretty much most tanks at Era 2 these days. So you will be able to pen them in that position. That's the weak spot. So we come against this Leopard 2AV and the other guy. The other guy gets shut down. Before we manage to reload, the 2AV then gets shut down. And it's like, oh, all these people are dying. Stop dying. I want damage. The Mobat's just poking above that ridge. It's like, come on, Mr. Mobat, just give me a shot, right? Slap the shot into the turret of the Mobat, because just like the Cat, it doesn't really have much armor in any department. So if they give you a good amount of flat space to shoot, you will pen it. And we get the nice shot into him for 9.5. Well, we're up to 9.5k damage. Imagine if that shot was for 9.5k damage. Oof, that would have been quite the roll. And we're up to 9.5k damage, and I'm like, at this point, I'm going, I want to break 10k. Come on, we need to get there. I want to break 10k. It's what we want to do. So we're trying to race to a position to get some shots. We see this Leopard 1A1 trying to get shots down at us. It's like, hey, you, come back, Leopard. Come back. Just, oh, okay. You know what? Ralstad's got you. Matt's got you. I'm just going to leave you. You know what? The guys in the middle, screw them. This guy over here, however, screw you. I'm coming for you, sir. And then just as we're moving along, we end up spotting the FE4 211. It's like, I'm between a rock and a hard place. Do I go for the 1A5 or the 4211? And you know what? The 1A5 has got out of dodge, and it's like, fair play to that man. He's run away from us, and in fact is actually running into the rest of our team. So we're going to go back for the 4211, but while we're doing that, we might actually have a shot at this guy as he runs away. It's like, let me just see if I can get a... No, not quite. Not quite. Can't quite get a shot at that guy. So we're just going to go for the 4211, which obviously is an awkward customer. At the minute, he's not really paying attention to us. We try and get a shot into his drive wheel, which we can track and pen, but unfortunately the shell didn't quite go in. But we do... Again, we have Matt in the light tank that is going to play distraction with him. And I'm like, right, okay, I want to get over there. I need to get over there. Where do I get down? Here we go. And we're going to use the great mobility of the Cat, especially when we're going downhill, which gives us that mobility, that momentum to get up to 78 kilometers an hour. And we're going to get up behind this 4211 and start pumping the shots in. Like I said, I want to get to 10k damage. We get a big shot into the back end of the 4211, which sets him on fire. Again, placebo effect maybe, but I'm like, yes, Deadeye, I love you. Get another big shot into the back end of him. Leon is in his M50, trying to pen it. He gives it a little ram, does nothing. But we get the ram in ourselves and finish off the 4211. And we finish the game with the victory. 3 kills, 11,309 damage, a bit of assistance, a good amount of credits, 402,000, that's without boosters. Ace Tanker, 1,616 base XP. A really nice game for the Cobra C.A.T. It's a hell of a lot of fun. It's the Mobat's brother or sister, whichever way you want to swing it. And yeah, it's a pretty damn solid tank. I really enjoy it. Say the gun should technically be worse than the Mobat, but it just isn't for me. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Great success!